Hey everyone, Reikos here. So I shot my gun for the first time today, and I'll be uploading video later. I might upload it before I upload this, but I figured since I'm recording, shooting, and pretty much anything I do nowadays, might as well show you me cleaning it for the first time. In fact, the only time I've ever cleaned a weapon is an M16. This is the first time I'm cleaning a pistol. Not very complicated. But I figured I would show you guys, just for fun, maybe for educational purposes or just for whatever reason. I'm going to point this down where my little setup here, and we'll get started. This is a SIG 9mm full-size P250. Honestly, not quite sure how to take the firing pin out, I think. Push on this little thing. You have the owner's manual here for this very reason. Could be possible that I'm not meant to take out the firing pin. But it just seems kind of weird to me. You should take everything apart. Well, anyways, I might as well start opening this stuff. And seeing as how I'm not super experienced, if anybody watching this has some sort of pointer or something that I've done wrong or I'm doing wrong, do not hesitate to correct me. Especially if I'm potentially damaging my firearm. Got some gun oil here. Some nitro solvent gun cleaner. Get rid of all that nasty buildup. Bunch of little, I forget what the name is, but little rags that you shove in there after you've got most of the good stuff out. The brush for the 9mm, it comes separate. I have misplaced it. It is right here, directly in front of me, and it could not be more obvious. Earlier I was shooting and I probably shot like 150 rounds or so. I'm kind of guesstimating, but literally the last like 5 rounds or so, I couldn't even pull the trigger anymore with one hand. I was cheating and using my other hand to shoot. So definitely, like, I thought I was a master clicker with the mouse because I'm always clicking and playing video games. But the whole bringing it all the way back that many times, and it's a pretty heavy trigger. Probably shouldn't do that without the gun together. But yeah, doing that many times, I was just worn out. I could barely pull it anymore. Okay, so right here we've got the rail, and we got the barrel, and grip. I'm going to stop talking just because I sound like an ass because I don't know what everything is. So I'm going to get some solvent here. It smells pretty potent. I'm going to go start off with the barrel. I'm just going to straight dip this in there. And here we go. I think I'm supposed to not hold on to this, so it can follow the bore. Oh yeah, I'm sending dust all over my computer now. Go me. I think that's probably good enough. This isn't the right caliber, and it's not even remotely going to work. Put the little cloth thing in there now. One size fits all with that. Put that on through. Clean out all that gunk. Oh yeah, real dirty. Twist it around, be stingy. Alright. Take that nasty one out, put a new one in. Looks pretty clean in there. I don't see any more buildup. I doubt you'll be able to see this very well, but I'm going to attempt to show you the inside of that barrel. I've also got these kick-ass brushes here. Let's open these up. From Otis, I believe is what it's pronounced. And I need scissors. Hey honey, can you get me scissors real quick? Appreciate it. Normally I get up off my own ass and get it myself, but I try not to get up when I'm streaming. I'm just gonna do a good wipe without anything, just to get the majority of junk off of this. See what can be removed without chemicals. Thank you. Sorry for the crying baby in the background. No big deal. She's about to eat. You'd think, like, I don't know if it's just my kid or if it's everyone's kid. She's a baby. She's hungry. She doesn't cry, but we know she's hungry. As soon as she sees the bottle and sees the milk, she starts to cry. Or if she sees, like, a jar of food, she'll start to cry. And so, like, what are you doing? Obviously, we're getting it ready for you. We're gonna give you the food. Why are you gonna start yelling and screaming now? Are you kidding me? Freaking pain. How difficult do they want to make opening these things? Maybe I should have done this before I started the video with some foresight, but who cares, right? You could just skip on through the opening of the package part if you want. Maybe somebody wants to see me flailing around miserably, not knowing what they're doing. Alright, so this is a regular nylon brush, and this is a heat-treated nylon, a little bit more coarser. And then you've got the, what I believe is copper. No, it's not copper. It's phosphorus bronze receiver brush. So, bronze. Cool stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these little things here. Get some of this solvent. I'm going to get it all up in here. I mean, I've only shot this once, it doesn't even really look very dirty, but I'm going to clean it whenever, after every time I shoot. So that is what I was told was the right thing to do. I wonder if I can fit this in here. Ooh, good thing this isn't open. Oh yeah, pretty funky in there. So it looked cleaner than it really was. It's actually quite nasty. And if you don't clean your gun every once in a while at least, if not every time, it will get funky. And the buildup will basically get in the way of the mechanical parts. You'll have misfires and jams and stuff. Once we clean up all this gunk off of everything, you want to and I'll use the gun oil so it can keep it well lubricated. But if it's not lubricated, it's going to have excessive wear, which will result in a shorter gun lifespan. Right near the firing pin is a pretty super dirty part, and it's also one of the most important parts to clean. If you get enough buildup on there, basically your round is pressed up against where the firing pin is. If you've got lots of buildup, it's going to be less than flush, and you'll have a much higher chance of having the round not go off. Any knowledge I have of this gun stuff is all what I learned from shooting the M16 in the military. It used to be often, now it's almost never, unless you're going to deploy to a combat environment. This one's being a little stubborn. Let's go with the, let's try and use the thicker brush. I'm going to get this totally cleaned up. My 4-year-old is over here watching. You want to come over here and look? She's frightened because I've put the fear into her to not go anywhere near this. Because as a responsible gun owner with children, it's imperative to do everything you can to keep this away from them. But I'm thinking maybe 10 years old, maybe 10 to 14 years old. I'd like to have her start learning gun safety and learn how to shoot. I think that might be as good as I'm going to get it. Let's get in here with this. It might just be, yeah, I don't think that's build up. I think that's just where the round sits. I don't think you can get rid of that circle. Try this. I'll just use a plain. It's not the right caliber. I don't have a gun with this caliber anyways. Fits in this little crevice pretty good. Cleaning up pretty good here. Might be almost time to move on to the next piece. A little bit of gunk over here. But there's not a whole lot of gunpowder that gets in this area. That's where the hammer hits it. Not as exposed. But, that stuff gets everywhere, so alright, that's pretty much done. And we'll lube that momentarily. We've got the, I call it the grip. Let me look at the owner's manual so I can actually talk with some confidence. 1. Grip module body. So I'm right, it's a grip. But the trigger mechanism, let's see, that's 7. It's the frame. The frame, let's see if it's what it's called with it all together. Yeah, basically the frame assembly. When it's all put together, it's an assembly. Do not believe I'm going to remove that. At least not right now. It's not nearly dirty enough to do that. So let's get some more of this awesome solvent. Get up in here, and I can see where the powder has dirtied it up. There's some gunk over here by the hammer. This doesn't seem as caked on as the other area. It's also not as susceptible to causing jams. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again. I'm a newbie when it comes to cleaning these weapons. So, not only is constructive criticism okay, but encouraged. Not only just for me, but for anyone listening to this. This is just fun. Hey, watch Reikos play with his gun and clean it. It can be educational, but I would not classify myself as a qualified teacher. I'm kind of winging it. Just like I winged shooting it. Went into the range, got bullets. I used my knowledge of safety, point it away downrange and keep it that way, just from the military, but had never shot a handgun. Actually did quite well. When I'm done cleaning and I've got this all put back together and stuff, I'll show you one of my targets. I put it all the way, it was an indoor range, and I put it all the way as far as it could go. And I missed a couple spots, but for the most part, I did pretty damn good. I'll just put it on here actually. Not a whole lot of cleaning you can do to this. What else thing is on? Yes, here. And I mean, basically, you want to get it nice. If it's it's not black with a black whatever powder coating, it's shiny. You clean it off until it's shiny. If you see any black stuff there, you can usually get that off. And if you can get all of it off without using like a wire brush or something, that's okay. You can do that. But you want to get every little bit of nastiness off of it. That's it for that. Red or orange part of this, because it's multicolored, that's the part that goes on there. Boom. Reassembled. Let me get go get the outside of this barrel. I got the inside, but I didn't get the outside. Not really gonna cause it to misfire or anything like that, but I'm gonna keep it clean. Don't want any nasty junk on here. Put a little bit of solvent. I wiped it down earlier. I'll just take a brand new one of these just to see how much gunk is on the outside of this barrel. So I can peel it off. There, perfectly white. Not too bad, but obviously, as you can see, it's dirty. And this gun is pretty much a home defense weapon, and shoot at the range every once in a while. Alright, so one part I have not cleaned yet, which is important. I cleaned inside the barrel, but this whole front face here, that's dirty, and that's where your round goes in. That really needs to be cleaned. Let me get this solvent all up on here. Right. Where is the nylon? Right here. Nylon. Looks like it came off pretty easily. I mean, it was only a few hours ago that I shot, and I was told the sooner you clean it, the better, because I assume the reason for that being is it'll get harder and be less likely, or less, won't come off as easily. That's what I'm trying to say. Certainly, if you don't clean and then you shoot again and again, it will cake on to what's already there, and it'll just get harder and harder to get off. I think that is about clean enough. Right in there a little bit. And I was reading online a little bit just about gun cleaning and stuff, when to clean your gun. And it all depends on the use of your gun and whatnot. If you use it for in combat or home defense, or basically you need it to be always relied on, and you can't take the chance of a jam. You clean it every time you shoot. But if you have something that's, or obviously if you need something that's perfect precision, like for a sport, like a sportsman, like a rifle or something like that, obviously keep it clean. But if it's just a fuck around weapon, who cares? You can go a couple of times shooting, as long as it doesn't start to misfire or misbehave. Alright, so done. What's left? Nothing. Tell you what, this is a whole lot easier than M16. M16 is freaking little pieces everywhere, little nooks and crannies. I don't like the fact that I'm not cleaning the firing, and I feel like I should be getting in there. But I don't know how to do it. I feel like with this thing come out. I don't know, I feel like this is still dirty. I'm going to try and use the wire brush. Just a little bit. It's not coming off, so I don't think it's buildup. I think it's just the impression of the round going there. No, it's clean. Now before I put it all together, I need to get some lube. So let me close the solvent before I spill it everywhere. I've got gun oil. I think this is a child lock. Okay, I've passed the test. I don't know if I just broke the child lock or not. Whatever. I'm probably utilizing way too many of these little clean pads, but it's my first time, so nobody's perfect. I wonder if there's instructions on how much of this I'm supposed to use, because there is such thing as over-lubing. Lubricating. Apply a thin layer of outer gun oil to all moving parts to provide lubrication. That's pretty simple. Not very complicated. Thin amount. So let me get, I'm going to preemptively stick this in here, because who wants to try and stick it in this little hole when it's already covered up with gunk? So, barrel. Here's the barrel. And it should be relatively clean. That's okay if there's still a little bit of gunk in there. It's still a little bit of stuff, but thin coating of lube looks like it's in there. Put a little bit more on here. This gets soaked right up in there. Alright, that looks good. Got the barrels done so I can take it out there and just use it by hand. Try and get in all these little nooks and crannies. Anything that's mechanical and that moves, all this stuff moves. It's already got a fair amount of lube still on it, but I wiped a lot of it off when I was cleaning it. This would be a lot easier to clean if I removed it, which I'm going to go dig over at the owner's manual and try and find out how to do that. Even if I'm not going to clean it every time, I kind of want to clean it this time. Just because it's my first time. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's actually quite simple, I think. So I think I just have to pull this out. I'm going to bring it back up here and push it somehow. Oh, there it goes. And this just gets pulled right on out of here. Now this whole thing should come right out. Oops. So I gotta pull back the hammer so the trigger will come out of the hole. So, boom, there we go. So, much easier to clean now. Should have done that to start. I think this is my lubricant one. Let's go get this more or less clean one. Get all this black gunk out now that I have easy access to it. And it's really not that dirty. Now let's go get this lube in here. You just basically get the oil everywhere you can, and when you've got areas that you obviously can't just push stuff in, when you put that oil on like a seam where there's two parts missing, it wants to go in there. So if you get enough of it there, it'll go automatically just go right into those when there's like two parts touching. See if I can get in here without messing up my spring or hurting myself somehow. I know. That's why I got these brushes. Fits right in here without any trouble. I don't need to try and do something stupid that's going to break my gun. Alright. Much clearer than it was. I'm not satisfied actually. Let's see, still see stuff. Use this little thing here. There. Clean. Double check this. This is just plastic. Nothing to worry about in there. Looks good. How to put it back together. So, start by putting this back in there. Gotta pull the hammer back, get the trigger in. That's so much easier than taking it out. Put this back in there. Let's see what's it. Oh. This. Click it in there. Okay. That part's back together. Now we've got the slide. We're going to put the barrel in. Just plops in there like that. And we've got the springs already back on, and you've got the, you know what, I got no idea what that's called. Let's look it up. Recoil guide. It's recoil spring, and then there's the recoil guide, which is the metal spike for cylinder. Just ram this in there. Not too much force. Clicks on in there, good to go. Cover up my oil so I don't spill it all over the place, because I tend to do that. This is my computer desk, so I don't really want gun junk all spilling everywhere. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Now you just reassemble. So, you know, I didn't do enough lubricating, I don't think. On the slide here, it's bone dry. So I cleaned it, and I started lubricating and then I never finished. So, let me go take this back off. And try and do that again without forgetting steps. This slide is basically when the gun fires, this thing gets slammed back and there's a whole lot of friction going on. Right here. I'm looking for a white brush, but it's clearly not white anymore. So I keep losing it right in front of me. pretty sure this lube will also give a little bit of a barrier to the next time you shoot all the gunpowder dust flying up in here. Any parts that don't have any lube at all probably will get that residue on a little easier. It should be easier to clean if you get all your lube where it's supposed to be. Now that looks a million times better. All lubed up, nothing excessive, but a thin layer everywhere. Thin layer on here too. Nothing crazy. I did lube this up pretty good earlier. So. Okay, now I can put it back together and be happy. Good to go. Wipe my hands off here. I don't want all that oil on the grip on the outside of the gun and stuff. I'll do my best to just wipe it off on here. And just kind of wipe the outside of the gun. I don't know if this is wear or just, yeah, I think it's wear. Basically, when you get to the last round on the magazine, it's got a little bit of like a scratch that's going on there as it forcibly removes it. Thought initially that there would be some kind of buildup, but it is just looks like wear and tear. So. Good to go. Thank you for watching. Also, if you want to see me shoot, it's not the greatest video because I was using my phone camera and I couldn't get the whole picture of me and the gun and me shooting. I had to put it up at an angle and you can kind of just see my arms sticking out and shooting, and then I'll kind of take the camera and show the target a little bit, me making a stupid face and a thumbs up or something like that. But yeah, you can watch it if you want. Alright, thanks everyone. And if you like this, or what I mostly do is do streaming of video games and such, please subscribe or like, or dislike if you think I was a total dummy. Alright.